unfortunately, we lost Jumoke that very night. It was a night I will never forget in my career. It was a night I will never forget in my life. Awareness today, wellness tomorrow. The night I lost a young mother. A story I will never forget. There are some patients you will never forget in your career. Today, I want to share a story of a young mother that lost her life to birth. I would like to call her Jumoke to protect her identity. Jumoke was just a 21-year-old lady. She was pregnant, and when she fell into labor, she went to a traditional birth attendant, popularly known as IThe Baby. The IThe Baby referred her to our hospital and said she had been with them for about 3 days in labor without any progress. On examining Jumoke, truly, she was having contraction, but her cervix did not open to the extent that we allowed the baby to come out, making it difficult for her to deliver. I explained the situation to the mother. Her mother also followed her to the hospital and the guy that impregnated her. The guy was also a young guy, and he was around his 22. I explained the situation to them that Jumoke, we need to do surgery for us to save her life and the life of the baby. The hospital then just put in place a policy that we must at least collect some percentage from patients that want to do surgery before we go ahead with the surgery. And it is also part of the policy everywhere that a patient that wants to undergo surgery must consent to it, either the patient himself, him or herself, or the relative, or anybody in charge of that patient. This very evening, the mother and the guy that impregnated Jumoke refused to sign the consent form. Not because they don't want to save Jumoke, but because they don't have the money to pay before they sign the consent form so we can proceed with the surgery. They were on it till around 8 p.m. We told them, if you are not ready to do surgery, please leave the hospital and go elsewhere, because there is no reason for you to be here when you are not ready to do the needful. Jumoke pleaded. The mother also pleaded. They later left and were seated at the hospital gate. Some hours later, there was this noise, a woman shouting, and we all rushed out to check. It was Jumoke. What is going on? You are still there? She said yes. The mother also said yes. On checking her, we saw blood coming out, and we assisted Jumoke back into the hospital. I checked her, and I saw the baby's head. It was crowning. The baby was coming out. We delivered this baby. It was a beautiful baby girl. And Jumoke had cervical tear, which we sutured. The baby was fine. The mother was made comfortable and assisted to the postnatal ward. Hours later, I was called from the quarters that Jumoke was talking incoherently. What was the problem? I went to check Jumoke. We checked her vitals. The mother was even saying that you will not be insane after giving birth. There is something called abisinwi in Yoruba. The mother was rebooking it, that something like that will not happen to Jumoke. The husband has left since the night with the claim that he wants to go and get food for Jumoke, pap and akara, even before the emergency delivery, even before Jumoke put to bed. The guy has went for many hours and didn't return until the following morning. But something happened between the night and the morning that the guy returned. Jumoke's mother called the guy severally to come and sign or to bring the family to raise money, but the guy did not pick, and later his numbers were not reachable. That very night was a very long night for us at the hospital that very night. After checking Jumoke, she was calm. We gave her some things, and there was no problem again. I went into the quarters, and before I even returned, they came to call me again that Jumoke is still not okay. I went out to the postnatal ward and checked Jumoke. Jumoke didn't make it, and we lost Jumoke. The baby was alive, and the following morning that the guy that impregnated Jumoke returned, they almost unalived him. The family of Jumoke and other people beat the guy. The guy came in with pap and akara that he left to get from a day before that morning when Jumoke was still in labor. It was a night I will never forget. We lost Jumoke. I was very sad, disorganized, because I've never lost a patient, not to talk of a woman that just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. I was so sad, confused. Who will take care of the baby? When this baby grows and asks, where is my mother? Who will they present to her as our mother? We lost Jumoke. The family came to get our remains, but the atmosphere was very, very sad. Please, let us always make decisions that will save life. It was wrong on the part of the hospital management to make that kind of policy. Yes, I always say it. And that was why, after then, and even before then, I don't wait for patients to pay a dime before we call the surgeon to come and do surgery. And even after then, I was very ready to take responsibility for any patient that needed surgery and does not have any amount to pay. We will do the surgery. A patient have taken me to the police station before because we did surgery for her. She didn't have any money to pay, but we saved her life and the life of the mother. And we later settled it. But both the mother and the baby are still alive till today. Let's always make the right decision, especially when it comes to giving consent to do surgery to save the life of the baby and the mother. Help us to reduce maternal mortality rate and also the fetal death rate. May the Almighty look over the child that Jumoke left and assist the family to raise the child well, to also become a mother and have safe delivery throughout. Amen.